Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Pre-Production for the Modern Guitarist. I'm Craig Peters, and today we're going to be doing part 2 in the creating a template. And last video we were talking about Superior Drummer and setting it up and how to multi-output it so that way you can have multiple aux tracks of your drums. So if you look in here, and I actually changed this a little bit from the last time because I like to have a little section up here where it says drums. So what I did was, I know in the last video I had this set up to where it was 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I actually made it to where the first one is 3 and 4, 3 and 4, so that way down here I have the little section where it says drums, so up here it says drums. So in the part 2 of this video, we're going to be covering setting up guitar tracks, bass tracks, bussing, and I'm going to show you guys how you can utilize bussing for having multiple different tracks that, let's say for example you have your drums. And instead of having a reverb on each drum, you can have them all sent to a bus with one reverb on it. So not only are you saving RAM space, it's a lot better because everything is reacting to the same reverb. So it's all like it's in the same room. So all right, let's get into it. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go up here, the little plus symbol, and we're gonna do audio tracks. So let's go ahead and say we're gonna have 2 guitars, 2 lead tracks, and 2 bass. So let's just go ahead and do 6 audio tracks. They're all going to be mono. Create. Okay. All right, so this one, let's go ahead and guitar left, guitar right, solo 1, solo 2, bass low, and bass high. Now, if you're wondering why I have 2 tracks for bass, is because this is more later on once we get into the mixing phase. And usually what I like to do is I'll split it up. I learned this trick from Joey Sturgis, and there's a few other guys who are doing this too. But basically, you'll take your bass track, you'll duplicate it, you will basically filter out each track. One will be more of the low information, the other one's going to be more of the high information. But we'll worry about that later on. All right, so now I like to color my tracks again. So we're going to do option C. Let's see, let's make them green. Why not? Solos, we'll make them blue. I usually make my bass tracks red. I don't know why. And you can color your tracks any way you want. The reason I do it like this, and sometimes the colors change, it doesn't really matter, but this is more for identification purposes and organization, so that way you know where everything is. You don't have a bunch of the same color tracks and you're trying to go through, and it makes it a lot quicker. So all right, so now we have that done. Now let's get into bussing. Now pretty much what I'm going to do is, usually when it comes to guitars, I'll process them differently. I might have a different compressor on each one, but then I'll have them sent to a bus where maybe I'll do additional EQ or multiband compression for guitars, like with the C4 or the C6, and I'll use maybe like some tape saturation. So instead of having all that on both tracks, usually that's why I'll send that to a bus, so that way I can process them at the same time. So let's just go ahead and set up our bus now. And right here where you see sends, you're going to click on that and you're going to go to bus 1 because we don't have any buses set up yet, so guitars will be bus 1. And we'll name this guitar bus. Here, we'll make one for our leads too. Maybe I might want to process them differently. Bus 2, this will be guitar leads. And bass. So bus 3. All right, so, and we'll go ahead and color those the same color as our track so that way we know where they are. This will be that one. Bass will be red. All right, so we have our buses set up. And for this series, for the guitar tone, I think I'm going to be using the Mercurial. I'm really liking how that's sounding lately. So I'll go ahead and I'll just leave it right now. I'll tweak it later on. This is more just for setting up the template and having it there, because you want to have all your, you don't maybe want to have all your plugins set up at the same time, because maybe it might change from project to project, but I know for this I'm going to be using this. So if you have a go-to plugin or certain go-to plugins that you like to mix with, go ahead and just put them on your template, and you could always change them later on if you want to. And go ahead and copy this. For the solos, I think I might use, let's see, EasyMix 2 is really cool too. If any of you guys are looking into getting some kind of guitar plugins, EasyMix 2 is really good as well. Has a ton of different presets that are just pretty much record ready. You know, of course you'll always tweak them here and there. Let's see, I think I have some. All right, have that for both. Bass, I'm not sure what I'm going to use, so I'm going to just go ahead and leave that blank for now. Guitar bus, I know for sure I'm going to be using the C4. And this is going to be stereo. We got to make sure we click these down here because these are going to be stereo tracks. Very important. So let's now go ahead and get the stereo version of this plugin. There we go, C4 stereo. Now what this plugin is really cool for, it's getting rid of a lot of the low-mid junk that you hear when recording guitars. And multiband compression is cool because it basically compresses within certain frequency ranges. And instead of EQing it the whole time and having it completely scooped out, you can actually just control when it starts getting a little too crazy. So we'll just keep that in there because I know for sure I'm going to be using that later on. And I think I'll leave it like this for now. This is pretty much to give you an idea of what busing is and how to set it up. So pretty much, and also too, right here, this little knob that's next to the bus number, that is going to be your how much you're sending of your signal to the bus. So we'll just go ahead and just set these at 100%. So, and we might change it later on when it comes to the mixing. All right, cool. So now we got our drum set up and we have our audio tracks ready to record. Pretty much we're ready to record. So the next video, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my Guitar Pro MIDI. I'm going to be showing you guys how I import it into my Logic Pro sessions. And it's a little tricky. I wish there was an easier way. Maybe there is, but this is kind of how I've been doing it. And if there's anything you guys would like me to feature in pre-production for the modern guitars, go ahead and shoot them in the comments below. And I will try to include them in all the upcoming videos and answer you guys' questions as much as I can. And make sure to add me on Facebook and Instagram. If you guys have any questions, you can hit me up there and I'll try to answer what I can as well. So yeah, thanks for checking everything out. Make sure to subscribe and we'll see you guys next time.